Over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com.
WTIM. And you're listening to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and we wrap things up today with the Executive Director of the Christian County YMCA, Bruce Blanshan. Bruce, thanks for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Reed.
Yes, it's good to have you in. Good to have the double Bruce back with us to start off a month. So. We have a lot to talk about in this part of the show. And I want to start actually with one of the more notable events you've had as of late, the Allison Curtin basketball camp. And I think you had that last Wednesday, was it?
Yeah, it was last Wednesday.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so Mike Eisenbarth, who is he's our membership facility operations director, but he has a lot to do with programs. And he reached out to Allison and asked if she would be interested in conducting a camp for the Y, and she graciously said, yeah, she'd like to do that. She'd love to do that. And her and her husband were here visiting family, and they offered a camp, and there were a little over 90 kids involved. It was a great day for the Y. And I think what's really cool is that, when Allison was younger, she and a lot of her friends played basketball at the Y and grew up playing there, played school ball, and it's kind of neat that she got to come back and offer the camp, at the Y.
You had not mentioned, I don't think, that last detail about her playing at the Y when she was younger. Just out of curiosity, at that point, were you at the Y?
Yes. So from 91 to 2003, I was a program director, and there were times, we would play noon ball, and there were times that some of those girls would get out of school and they would come and they would play against the guys. And that group was really talented. And watching them kind of grow up and seeing them excel was pretty cool.
Did you get to visit the camp on Wednesday?
I was not in the office on Wednesday. I was actually out last week, but Mike and the staff said that they did a fantastic job. They coordinated and organized everything. They had plenty of helpers, ex-players, girls and guys that had played here, grew up playing here in Taylorville and Christian County, and then they conducted the camp, and it went really well.
That is great, and that's and I'm glad for you folks and for the participants and for Allison Curtin herself to get to do that. And in terms of getting in contact with her, I think she lives in Montana now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So
yep.
Maybe this is more of a question for Mike, but how difficult was it to reach her?
Mike is married to her sister, Meredith. So he had a little bit of an in there.
Okay.
And Meredith helped. She was one that was out there that helped kind of lead as a leader in the camp. And there were several other gals, I should say, women now that they help run the camp as well. So we're very lucky.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. And no, that is great that you got that to work out so well. You had that basketball camp. You have another one coming up later this month, maybe for folks who missed that one or were at that one. Tell our listeners about that.
Yeah, so July 20th through the 23rd, we're going to have another basketball camp coming up. Mike has been working with a lot of area high school and assistant high school coaches of boys and girls basketball, and some assistants or JV coaches. And last year, I think there were 10 coaches, maybe even more, who were involved in it. This year, hopefully, we'll get the same involvement. And it's coaches all through the county that come in, conduct the camp. And then from 9 to 11, it's for kids in 3rd through 8th grade. And then in the afternoons from 12:30 to 2, it's for 1st and 2nd graders.
All right. And then you think you can reach 90 people again?
Last year, I think Mike said we had around 76 kids, and it was the same week as Jeb Odom, Coach Odom, and the Tedville High School football camp.
Okay.
So this year we communicated with them, tried to offer it a different week. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get more kids this year.
Yeah. So hoping for that. Although I think that Allison Curtin camp might be a little hard to beat, but hey, we'll see what happens. So July 23rd, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
20th through the 23rd.
Oh, 20th through the 23rd.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So you've got that going on for days. So, yeah, I want to move on now to the sustaining drive because it sounds like that's in progress there. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up. We had several volunteers who made contacts and some staff and board members. And now we're just kind of wrapping everything up, making sure everyone turns in their contacts, have made their pledge contacts, and then hopefully we'll have made our goal. We have a Dine to Donate lined up for July 17th with Wendy's, and the proceeds from there will go to our Strong Kids Sustaining Drive, and hopefully with the funds that we raise, last year we were able to serve over 211 people, and hopefully this year, our goal is to try to serve 300 people, and that is families, seniors, adults, children, whether that be through program services and or membership services where they do not have the means financially to afford a membership or afford a program fee. And then they apply for a scholarship membership, and dependent upon where they land as far as their household and their income, that's kind of the amount of I want to say discount, but that's not it. But they'll receive could be maybe 10% up to 100% of their membership paid for. So it depends on that criteria of number of people in the household, and then their annual income. But every year we offer this, and every year it helps hundreds of people, and hopefully we'll serve more this year.
Yeah, and it sounds like just trying to get as many people into the door as you can, and helping them be able to. One thing that kind of stood out to me was that you're looking to kind of build on what you had the previous year by about 90 people, it sounds like, and you had 90 people at the Allison Curtin basketball camp, around that number.
Yep.
So one thing that kind of stands out to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you have all of these. If you have people coming in, for these, kind of one-off programs, then they might be interested in a membership, and then, maybe through your sustaining drive, you're able to offer that to them. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that is. And many people, they are members, and if they are a member, they all of our programs, they get at a reduced rate. Some, fitness classes are free to members. And then non-members, they'll pay a higher rate. So we're always trying to really serve the county, serve the community, but number one, serve our members. But then, we want to serve non-members as well.
Yeah, serve non-members, maybe even turn them into members.
That's
sure.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Reed.
That's a big part of it too. I'm talking right now with Bruce Blanshan, Executive Director of the Christian County YMCA, about a lot of things going on there at the Y. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some other programs they've got coming up and promotions as well. We'll talk about that right here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Better. Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and Chicago wheat all higher. July corn up 15 3/4, 440 3/4. September corn up 13 3/4, 436 3/4. December corn 456 1/2, up 15. July beans up 35 3/4, 1167 1/2. August beans up 35 1/2, 1171 3/4. November beans up 40 1/2, 1188 1/4. July Chicago wheat 603 1/2, up 13. July KC wheat up 7, 634. July bean meal 316.70, up $9. July bean oil up $1.40, 68.35. Livestock trade August feeders 360.75 up 12 cents. August live cattle up 72 cents, 239.92. July lean hogs unchanged, 93.85. Energy market September Brent crude oil 72.04, down 8 cents.
Does your bank offer rewards on qualified signature-based debit card purchases? If not, then we need to talk. Hi, my name is Julie Sanchez with People's Bank and Trust. Join the growing number of our customers who are earning cash back on all qualifying debit card purchases. You already use your debit card. Now make it work for you with Save by Spending rewards from People's Bank and Trust. Earning rewards is as easy as shop, sign, and save. Call 888-PBT-1954 and find out more about our Save by Spending Rewards program today. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy, but now you're on hold listening to this music while you wait and wait. Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and pick up the phone when you call, because you shouldn't be on hold so long that you memorize the music. That's simple human sense.
Call me, Casey McClure, at McClure Helberg Insurance for all your insurance needs. 824-2266.
Did you know July is UV Safety Month? We all protect our skin, but the sun's harsh rays can harm your eyes too. Guard your vision with powerful UV protection sunglasses and a comprehensive checkup. Dr. Smothers Champley and Dr. Craig's are ready to help you mix expert eye safety with incredible summer style, because healthy eyes are a summer must. Call Advanced Eye Care in Taylorville to schedule your summer eye exam today. Advanced Eye Care, modern eye care, old-fashioned caring.
Whether you need a same-day procedure or life-saving care in an emergency, Taylorville Memorial Hospital has the technology and the team to deliver exceptional care. It's where great care comes together. Learn more at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Ready for a new journey? Durham School Services is hiring school bus drivers in Taylorville. To learn more, click their rotating banner ad on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
And we're back on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. And it's sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and I continue my conversation with Bruce Blanshan, the executive director of the Christian County YMCA. And we've got a lot still to talk about in the rest of this show. I know you've got some other programs coming up, some with registration open, like your fall soccer program. And I know that's been a popular one as well. Tell our listeners about that.
Yeah, so the fall soccer program, really the last few years, our spring and soccer program have grown significantly. Used to be in the spring, we would always serve, close to 200 people. In the last couple of years, we've served well over 200 kids. And then in the fall, we might serve 130 to 140 kids. And then that's growing to like close to 150 to 170 kids. So our early bird registration is going on now until the 20th of this month. So encouraging people to get out there, save a few dollars and sign up early. But Tanner does a great job. He has a great program. Tanner Jones is our program director. And the program, our soccer program's fantastic. And it gives every kid an opportunity to play a team sport that, I always say anybody could play soccer because anyone can run up and down the field. It's a skill sport, but every kid can learn it. And it's just like any sport. Any kid can learn basketball or baseball, football. But I think it's a little different in soccer, and that is that when kids learn, it's a team sport, it's a team effort, and they really enjoy running up and down the field. It's fantastic watching them out at the grass field at the YMCA. So, I know Tanner does a good job of trying to get the high school coaches involved and do a little clinic before our league, and then tries to recognize our teams at a soccer game usually every year. And I think that's really kind of helped, grow the program. So, but it's great to see kids, ages 4 through 8th grade, 4 through 14, basically out there running up and down the field, playing a team sport, organized sport, and learning, sportsmanship and learning the sport of soccer.
That's great. And I love that. And here's one thing I'm actually kind of curious about. Have you found enrollment to be higher on World Cup years?
Yes. So generally when you have the World Cup, right, USA is doing great right now, and they play tonight. So hopefully everybody's tuning in. But we do see that. We see that, there might be some kids or some families who might not have played, but yet kind of they got him into it by watching the World Cup. And it's the same with the Olympics. Sometimes, you have the Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics, and it has a definite impact on the YMCA youth sports.
That is great, and I sort of thought that would be the effect, and I'm happy to have been proven right there. So fall soccer registration, early bird registration, still open for that. Group swim lessons are coming up as well. Tell our listeners about that.
Yeah, so our next session will start on July 13th, and it's our goal to serve as many kids as we can. It's been difficult the last few years trying to get swim lesson instructors, but we finally have 3 to 4 gals who are out there kind of teaching swim lessons, and I think it's a vital skill that every kid needs to know. And I don't know, at some point I would like to work with, we do have some schools, Vision Way, Morrisonville, St. Mary's, but it would be great if we could try to serve all schools in Christian County that maybe offer a learn to swim program by a certain grade, just because it is a life-saving skill. And, so many people take vacations and they vacation around water. It's pools, it's lakes, it's oceans. And you want your kids to have that skill of knowing how to swim.
Yeah, that's right. That skill is so important. That way when you go on those vacations, then you can go out there and it can be fun as well. So yeah, swim lessons coming up later this month. Sounds like there's also, I think what you said earlier was a promotion for members.
Yeah.
And
so
tell us about that.
Yeah, we're really lucky. We try to help other organizations in the community, and we partnered with Operation Loaded Book Bag and the Taylorville Memorial Hospital the last few years. And on August 1st, Saturday, we will be hosting the Back to School Fair. And there are probably, Susie Trauber could tell you with Operation Loaded Book Bag, but usually around 100 or more kids in Taylorville that benefit because they, for whatever reason, they can't afford school supplies, which school supplies, like everything else, are going up, right, Reed? So what we do is in July and August, we do a membership drive as a member donates school supplies for that event, we waive their joiner fee. So it's a $50 fee that's waived. All they have to do is donate some school supplies that are on our list, and it benefits Operation Loaded Book Bag, which really kind of helps us help another organization in our community.
And that's great. And yeah, just working together, and you provide that incentive as well. So I have a feeling that's going to be a big hit, and I certainly hope that's the case. And we'll hopefully hear about that when you're back on the next time. So you've got that. Let's see. We've got about 90 seconds left. I want to go back actually to basketball, because it sounds like there's going to be a 3x3 competition going on at the Paint Up Popcorn Festival. Talk about that.
Yeah. So Saturday, July 25th, the Paint Up Popcorn Festival. I think they get started around 9 a.m., maybe a little before that. We're going to host a 3-on-3 basketball tournament for kids in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grades. And so we have a few teams signed up now. It's our goal to make sure that we could get 4 teams in each age group. But we'll be playing there at Kitchell Park in Pana. And we'll also be offering a couple fitness demonstrations with yoga and another adult stretch fitness class. So we're happy to be involved and happy to be representing, the YMCA in Pana, which is in Christian County, and to really kind of branch out and help them as well.
Yeah, and just kind of branching out. And I know you've talked about that before with the Dine to Donate events and some other initiatives going on. So that's great. that all of that is going on. But yeah, no, we've talked about a lot of programs, the sustaining drive, of course, and of course what you had just a couple days ago, Allison Curtin there at the Christian County YMCA with her basketball camp. I'm talking now with Bruce Blanshan, Executive Director of the Christian County YMCA. Bruce, thanks again for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, Reed.
Yes, and thank you for listening to the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.5 FM Shelbyville. 107.9 FM Pena Nokomis.